Welcome to The Lounge. Here on The Lounge, we'll connect you with opportunities to get involved here at UW-Madison. We'll also introduce you to people working with students here on campus so you can get to know them a little bit more behind the scenes. I'm your host, Peyton Wade. On today's episode, our guests are Associate Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, Identity and Inclusion, Gabe Javier, and Senior Mackenzie Becker, who's an intern with the Center for the First Year Experience. I want to thank you both for joining me. I want to also start by welcoming our viewers back to campus or welcome you for the first time if you are new to campus. Although we are back in person, there's still a bit of uncertainty that many people may face when it comes to COVID and being around large groups of people. Vaccines have helped given us hope, and the university has done an excellent job of putting different things in place to help us all feel a little bit more safe. But with the different strands of COVID and different mandates coming out from the CDC, there's still a bit of uncertainty. But one thing we want to make sure that you are sure about is how to build community here on campus. So on this episode, we're going to plug you into a lot of different opportunities to do that this year. First, I want to start with Gabe. What are some ways students who are coming to campus for the first time can start building community?
Yeah, that is an amazing and a great question. And building community is such an important part of the college and UW experience, especially in your first semester. Especially in your first few weeks. Aside from getting acclimated to your class schedules, which is super important, finding the group of folks that'll help you grow as a Badger is vital. A couple of things come to mind right away. Don't be too cool to get to know your house fellow if you're in the halls, or visit the Chance for Transitions program, or check out a new student org at the Student Org Fair. The Wisconsin Welcome app is pretty key, and go to the site, go.wis.edu/WI Welcome Back. That's a great place to see a bunch of events for sophomores and second year students. Even if you are a first year student, we know that last year you may not have gotten the kickoff to the year that you were expecting. So there's a special focus on programming for second year students. So again, please check out go.wis.edu/WI Welcome Back for details.
Thanks, Gabe. Mackenzie, what advice would you give to students looking for their sense of belonging on campus as a Badger?
So I would definitely recommend that in order to find a sense of belonging, that our students join a student organization. We have over 1,000 different student organizations on campus, and the topics of them include basically anything you could imagine. So we have some orgs that are maybe more professional, so that might be like a pre-law or a business or a pre-med student org. We have some that might be a more fun topics, which might include our Disney Club or the infamous Badger Cheese Club. Being from Wisconsin, we have to have a Badger Cheese Club. We also have our Greek life organizations, and there is so much more. So joining student organizations really are a great way for our students to meet other students who have a similar interest. And that can be a really great way to build a sense of belonging on campus. Our students can also check out some of the identity centers that we have on campus, such as our Multicultural Student Center and our Gender and Sexuality Campus Center. Both of those are located in our red gym. And these are especially helpful for students who have an identity that is maybe underrepresented on campus, and it can really help them find their sense of belonging.
That's a lot of different opportunities for people to get involved. I know personally I was involved in Greek life and a lot of different organizations as well. So definitely second that piece of advice. Gabe, do you have any advice that you would like to share?
Definitely. And all the advice that Mackenzie gave was spot on. So there are a constellation of ways across campus for you to find your people, your communities, your place to feel like you can be your most true self. Trust your instincts and make healthy choices. Know what your comfort zone is, and then stretch beyond that just a little more each day and each semester. I know that you'll be surprised at how resilient and courageous you are.
And lastly, I kind of just want to do a fun question. So, what's one thing on campus that a student must try, whether it's like an activity, a food place, an event to go to? Mackenzie, we can start with you.
Yeah, so I don't have a specific thing that I would encourage students to try. Instead, I would just encourage students to try something new, whether that might be a new type of food that you've never tried, a new restaurant. There are a bunch of them that are kind of like mom and pop restaurants that are super amazing. Maybe that's joining a club that has to do with a hobby that you've always wanted to get involved in but have never had the time. Or maybe that's going to a women's hockey game, even though you've never been to a hockey game and you don't know how hockey works. Just try something new.
Gabe, and what would you suggest someone try as if they're on their first time here on campus?
I would say head out to the terrace at sunset. It's one of the most beautiful places to watch the sunset in Madison. There's a great vibe. And if you come find me on campus, I might have an ice cream coupon for you too.
All right. So the lucky few people who can find Gabe may get an ice cream coupon. And just Mackenzie wants people to just try something new, put yourself out there. I want to thank you both so much for joining me today. And I also want to thank all of our listeners, people who are tuning in, and wish everyone a great semester. You as well, Mackenzie. I know you're graduating. That's so exciting. But thank you all for tuning in to The Lounge.